just want to say how deeply honored I am to be your nominee for the Green Party in Guelph. And my commitment is I'm going to work hard for you, not to be elected, but to make Guelph a better place and to make Ontario a better place. And in the process of doing that, I want to earn your trust, I want to earn your respect, and then I want to earn your vote on June 7th, 2018. And I want to thank people across the province who are standing up to make a difference. I'm truly inspired by each and every one of you. And I think we should take a moment, just to take a moment, to pat ourselves on the back for some of the things we've already accomplished before we start thinking about the things that we still have yet to accomplish. And so I want to thank all of you who worked so hard to make local food available and to say no to bee-killing neonicotinoid pesticides, a campaign we launched just north of Guelph on a bee farm. I want to thank each and every one of you who want to support local businesses and local economies and who joined our campaign to liberate local beer. And we may have not fully liberated it yet, but we will liberate local beer in this province. And finally, I just want to say thanks to the thousands and thousands of people who signed petitions, wrote letters, put forward postcards saying that we want a government in this province that puts people first. People ahead of corporate insiders, deep-pocketed donors, lobbyists, and the political establishment in this province by working so hard to get big money out of Ontario politics. It's unprecedented for a party without a seat in the legislature to accomplish all of that and so much more. And the way we've done it has been by engaging and mobilizing people. This is about a people power. This is about people standing up and saying, we will take back our government. And we will continue to engage and mobilize and work with people in this community and communities across Ontario to make this province a better place for you, the people of Ontario. And so I think about how much we've already accomplished without a seat at Queen's Park. Imagine what we can do with a seat at Queen's Park. And so, my friends, we have more work to do. Together, we can build and create a government that puts people first, ahead of the insiders and the lobbyists. Together, we can fight for strong, local, resilient economies. Together, we can bring honesty, integrity, and policies that work for people to Queen's Park. Together, we can have the courage to take on the biggest challenges of our generation, fighting against the rising levels of inequality and the climate crisis. Together, we can build an economy that's about people, planet, and prosperity, not about greed and exploitation. But in order to do that, it's going to take an incredible amount of hard work. You know, in the last provincial election, Anthony MacDonald, who ran for the Conservatives, said to me after the last debate, he said, "Wow, Mike, you rocked that debate." Like, I'm not saying this to brag, just so you know. He just said, "You rocked that debate." But he said, "You know, I feel so sorry for you and all your supporters because you have to work 10 times harder than I work just to get 20% of the vote. And I can do nothing and get 20% of the vote." And so now that we've established that 20% foundation in the last election, let's go out and work hard to get the next 20% of the vote. So today I'm going to ask you to join me in a race. We're starting a race today. It's going to end on June 7th, 2018. But before you give any of your time or your talent or your treasure to be a part of this race, there's something I have to make very, very clear to each and every one of you. That I will never compromise my honesty or integrity just to get elected. I remember in the last election, Steve Paikin interviewed all 4 of the political party leaders. And after the interview, the other 3 parties commented on what the leaders had to say. And I was shocked and I was saddened, actually, when the NDP, Liberal, and Conservative pundit all agreed on one thing. They agreed that the Greens were too honest to ever get elected. And I thought, you know what? If that's what we do wrong, if that's what is preventing us from getting elected, then I don't want to be elected. Because I don't want to play that game. I want to change that game. And so together we can change politics in Ontario forever. So that change has to start now, because we can't wait. There are things this province needs to do that cannot wait until next June. Right now, you know, a campaign that's been deeply, deeply at the core of what I've been working on here is, you know, that the permit to take water for the Dolime Quarry comes up for renewal again this fall. And so we can't wait until June to finally do something about protecting Guelph's water. That quarry threatens 25% of our water. And so when I turn my taps on, and when my kids or your kids go to brush their teeth, or when you go to water your garden, I want to make sure that the water comes out of the tap, and that water is clean water and safe water. And waiting till June to get that's not good enough. So I'm asking you, will you come out and knock on doors with me to talk with our neighbors about protecting Guelph's water right now, this week, Thursday night? We'll be having an information session about how you can help us take action right now, because we can't wait till next year to protect our water. And so I want to close by asking you, will you stand with me to protect Guelph's water? Will you stand with me over the next year for a better Guelph? And will you stand with me over the next year for a better Ontario? Because that's what Green MPPs will deliver for this province. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your support. You inspire me. You energize me. You inspire me. It's because of you I do what I do. So thank you so much. Thank you.